Alright, so I've been comparing different toothpastes for the last week now, and I was kind of thinking to myself, how can I more accurately compare these toothpastes specifically on the foaminess aspect? Because when I'm using it in my mouth and I'm changing a toothpaste like one in the morning and then one at night, it's not really a accurate representation of the differences, like especially the minute differences of the different toothpastes. So I had to think to myself, and I was like, what kinds of things do I consume the most? And then maybe I can put that on like a ceramic or a glass or something like that. Found out most of the things that I consume don't really stick to glass very well, or even ceramic, but they do stick to paper plates. So I dirtied up this plate with strawberry juice and tea. So it has like two different levels of like sugars and acids and tannins and things like that. All of these things that, make your teeth gross. And then cut the plate into 4, since I'm testing 4 different toothpastes. So I figured I would just use my old toothbrush that I'm not using anymore and clean it between each paste. So I'm using Crest Plus on the first piece. Just do a little dollop there. And get the toothbrush wet. And then I'm going to hold this up to the camera and brush. And I'll even add a little bit more water. Brush. And as you can see, it is cleaning it, but there's almost no foam here. I am going to let this sit off to the side. Clean off the toothbrush. And then I'm going to try again with a Colgate Total and a second piece of paper. I will say that aesthetically, I like that this toothpaste is just clean white. Less colors being added to things is usually better. But here, let's use this one. I gave the other one some more water, so I'm going to give this one the same amount. And this one does seem to be a bit thicker, and it is spreading around nicer. I don't know that it is cleaning it any better, but it is definitely foamier. Just so I can go back and compare the two, this one's definitely a thicker foam. Clean off the brush. Now for the Linhart. I really wanted to like this one, but it does have a slight aftertaste that I'm not really personally a big fan of. But yet again, it is plain white. And time for the third plate. Wow, this one's actually a lot thicker. This one's almost like an oil paint. I've done painting before, and it's almost like an oil paint in how thick it goes on. Don't want to forget the added water. Yeah, this one's even forming a couple of like small bubbles. I will say it does seem to be struggling with the old strawberry juice. So maybe if you're going to be eating something that's really, really acidic, like strawberries and raspberries and stuff like that, just kind of brush your teeth quicker sooner than later, because these stains are rather hard to get rid of. The tea stains seem to be coming out rather quickly though, and this is so far the best of the foaminess. And last but not least, Marvis. This one has my favorite flavor, but let's see how it stacks up on the foaminess. Add a little bit of water, and as you can see, this one's doing pretty good at cleaning. I think the foaminess is about equivalent to the Linhart. And I dare say it is cleaner as well. The Linhart is this one, and then the Marvis is this one. Still some stains over here, but much less noticeable. This one's the Colgate Total, and yet again, the Marvis wins. And then this one is the Crest. The Crest is the only one that I tested that had like a color added, and so you can see the green from the toothpaste. But it actually did do a really good job at removing the fruit stains. So it's still a good option, it's just not very foamy, and I don't like the flavor as much. But if you're on a budget, I think the Crest is actually really good. So no budget, I would say Marvis is the winner, and then if you are on a budget, the Crest Plus is actually pretty good.